Well, it's Saturday, and you know what that means, guys. Each and every Saturday for over 3 years now, I've given you a money-saving discount coupon code that could potentially save you hundreds of dollars off your total purchase price. And nothing is different here as we wrap up the month of February. Today, you can save 25% off your total purchase price simply by using coupon code 25%. That's 25 and then spell out the word percent, P-E-R-C-E-N-T, no space between 25 and percent. 25% is that coupon code. And that'll save you 25% again off your total purchase price. Now, this is a mix and match coupon, as I always tell you. It is good for any combination of handicappers, plays, and or packages. But it's a one-time usage coupon, which means you can't come in and get Anthony Redd's latest winner and 3 hours later decide to see what Jeff Benton's 100 dime play is today, number 3 in a row this week. No, you've got to put everything in your shopping cart at one time in order to use the coupon and maximize its savings. Now, if you happen to be in the midst of a long-term package, let's say with Anthony Redd, and let's say you have 15 days left on a 30-day package, but you want to re-up and get a new 30-day package, which would then give you 45 days of total service remaining, you would save 25% off the new 30-day package price, and if you have any instant rebates applicable, they also will work. So again, maximize your savings. I do this every single Saturday because, as I've told you in the past, about 80%, maybe even 85% of the total customers at the site are involved in one or more long-term packages with the various handicappers here at the site. So this is a way to always know every Saturday the money's there waiting for you to take off the table by using the discount coupons. Again, should you ever have any questions, just contact customer service. That's what they are available for. And all your other coupons are over on the homepage. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about Anthony Redd. It's like a broken record, but damn it, he won again last night. He is now 13-1 over the past 13 days. And each of the past 5 days, you've gotten his plays at huge discounts. And today, nothing different. College winner number 17 out of 22. It's a 60-dime college winner number 3 in a row, and he says this home dog might win outright. Now understand, his last 2 college plays this week, Houston getting like 16 points at Temple on Thursday. You got it for half price. They easily covered. Wednesday night, Baylor +6 at Iowa State. They went outright 79-70. Another dog outright. You got that winner for half price. Last night, NBA winner, number 20 out of 29. The LA Clippers getting 4.5 to 5 at Memphis. They won the game outright. So when he says he thinks this doggy might win outright, you better believe him. And again, just like yesterday, just like Thursday, just like Wednesday, you are going to get it as the half price play of the day simply by using coupon code REDD, R-E-D-D. And keep in mind, he started this week, remember, with the charity play of the week, which you got on Monday, a 40-dime basketball winner for free. And then you got another 40-dime basketball winner on Tuesday for just $22. So again, the 6th consecutive day, you are going to get the plays of the hottest handicapper at this site at a huge discount because I continue to impress upon you my philosophy in this industry in 20-plus years. You don't have to spend big money to make big money. And guys, that's why, even though this is the hottest play from the hottest handicapper at the site, you're getting it at half price today. Also, Jeff Benton, I mentioned him earlier. Biggest college play of the season, once more going today. 100-dime winner, number 4 out of 5, and 3rd in a row this week. College Dog Shocker of the Year. It goes on the Saturday night card. You save $70, which means you get it for just $29 by using coupon code Benton29, B-E-N-T-O-N, and the number 29. Had a Thursday dime winner on SMU over Memphis. Had a Tuesday 100-dime winner on West Virginia over Texas, and this play is just as big. There's a $5 play of the day from Brad Wilton. All those over on the homepage, and you can refer to them over there. As for me, today, going back into college basketball with another play, top-rated 15-dime college winner, number 15 out of 20. I'm calling it my Baker's Dozen Burial Blowout because A, I think my side is going to win by about 13 points. And B, I just thought it was a damn catchy tune. So it goes on Saturday night as I go for winning day number 20 out of 45. Of course, the last 2 Saturdays I had 15-dime winners on Davidson over LaSalle and Fordham. And this also matches my 15-dime winners on Oakland over Youngstown State on Wednesday and LA Tech over, nope, Boise State over New Mexico. Boise State over New Mexico on Tuesday. I also have 5-dime bonus winner number 8 out of 10 today. Middle Tennessee State and UAB. Now, that's an earlier game. That goes at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. And that matches my 5-dime winner on Louisiana Tech a couple of nights ago, as I'm on a 25-13 college basketball run. Now, let's get to your complimentary plays. Here's an interesting one for you. You know, I've told you in the past that the way I start handicapping a card, a big Saturday card, it's actually rather simple. I narrow down the card. I find those maybe anywhere from 5 to 10 games that I really like. And then that starts me on my journey, my internet search. I'm going and checking out all the newspapers, reading all the beat writers and the columnists, their reports on the various teams, seeing what I can find, gleaming little tidbits of information from their eyes, because they are the eyes and ears for me. They're my, if I was still a journalist, I would call them my stringers. They're doing the legwork for me. Sure, it takes forever, but I also happen to enjoy it, and I'm a newspaper junkie, so that's just fine with me, and I've been doing it for years. So I was researching the game between Oklahoma and TCU today. And, you know, it's a game that I like the Oklahoma Sooners a little, but I wasn't going to use them as a best bet, but I'd already decided to use them as a complimentary play. And then in researching the game, I happened to come across this little tidbit. Well, you know, there was snow, apparently not a lot of snow, I don't think, but snow in the Dallas-Fort Worth area today. Well, TCU was taking an Amtrak train from Fort Worth to Norman, Oklahoma for tomorrow's game. In reading and researching about this particular contest, they left Fort Worth at 4:30 in the afternoon. They arrived in Norman a little after 1 a.m. this morning, local time in Norman. The game is less than 12 hours later. All the more I like Oklahoma in this game, even though they are a 10.5-point favorite. Listen, they did not play well last Saturday in their last game, but they are a rested team as opposed to TCU. They won in Lubbock 79-75 in overtime last Saturday. They've won 7 of their last 8 overall. They've won 5 in a row at home. They won in Fort Worth 68-56 back on February 7th, game in which Ryan Spangler had 21 points. And hopefully this appearance by the Horned Frogs will rejuvenate Spangler, because he's averaged just a little over 6 points in the Sooners' last 3 games. In that game that they won in Fort Worth, they held TCU to just 31.5% shooting from the field. They blocked 11 shots as well, using their superior size. Sooners 12-1 in Norman this season, holding opponents to just 36% shooting. And considering they're coming off a very poor defensive effort last Saturday in that Texas Tech road win, a game in which they led a Red Raiders team that was entering the contest shooting a league worst 39% from the field, they allowed T-Tech to shoot almost 60% in that game. I got to think Lon Kruger's going to have his troops ready for this one. They've won 7 in a row at home in the series by an average of 25.7 points. And they've won 15 out of 17 lifetime in the series. So I'm going to go with Oklahoma minus the 10.5 points in that game. Horizon League. Good game last night. I was on the wrong side with my free pick, but I told you I thought the game was so hard to figure out between Cleveland State and Valpo, with Cleveland State a 3.5-point favorite at home. I told you it could go either way, and it did, as Valpo won the game outright and clinched the Horizon League crown. Well, today you have a very interesting game here between the 2 teams that are tied for second place, Oakland at Wisconsin Green Bay. Now, with the way it works in the Horizon League, as I mentioned this to you in the past, the Horizon League regular season champion gets to host the conference tournament. But the top 2 teams in the Horizon League get automatic byes through the semifinals. So what you have at stake today is that second bye. And you have Wisconsin Green Bay -8 at home against Oakland. Now listen, the Grizzlies have made me a fortune, as have most Horizon League teams this season. They are 5-0 ATS as a road dog of getting 5 or more points this season. And they're coming off a win at home in the first meeting this year. As a 7-point home dog back on January 15th, they won 69-66 in that game. Green Bay really struggled offensively, only hit 2 out of 14 three-pointers, only hit 14 out of 20 from the line. Now, I think Wisconsin Green Bay is going to win this game, even though the Phoenix cost themselves a shot at winning the Horizon League crown when they were upset in overtime by Cleveland State last weekend. But you got the Grizzlies on an 11-2 roll, okay? You have a Grizzlies team that has played well on the road. And you have a Wisconsin Green Bay team that returns home after seeing A 6-0 start at home go right out the window when they lost to Cleveland State last week. Now, true, they did rebound with a middling, mediocre performance in a win at Illinois Chicago here a couple of days ago. I just think this is too big of a number. I think this is a 5-point game, maybe 6. So I'm going to grab the points with the Golden Grizzlies. Oakland plus the 8 is your complimentary play there. I'm going to take Baylor minus the 5 points at home against West Virginia. Now, listen, the first time these two met up in Morgantown about a month ago, Baylor ran off 21 straight points early in the game, took a commanding lead, and then they rolled in that game big time, 87-69. And that game wasn't nearly as close as that 18-point final margin indicated, as Baylor rolled as a 5.5-point dog. Rico Gathers, using Baylor's superior size, their big center, 17 points and 17 rebounds in that game. Baylor shot 54.9% in that game, held West Virginia just 36.4% shooting in the game. And here's the irony. West Virginia, the team that leads Division I teams in forcing turnovers, coughed up the ball themselves that day. 16 miscues by the Mountaineers. So I'm looking at this line, and I see Baylor as a 5-point favorite now at home. Really? I mean, hey, they're 14-2 in Waco this season. They're not perfect, but I see a small West Virginia team that's going to try to come out and play that aggressive zone defense. I see a Baylor team that has superior size and confidence, especially since they've been playing well here of late, and they won in Morgantown in the first go-round. Listen, in that first meeting in West Virginia, Baylor had 5 double-digit scores in that game. They just have too much offensive firepower, I believe, for West Virginia here. So even though the Mountaineers upset Kansas and Lawrence, even though they beat Texas at home, even though they won at Oklahoma State in their last 3 games, I just don't think it's happening, and I'm going to lay the points with Baylor. Your final game, probably the marquee matchup on today's card, Arizona and Utah. Now, you know the deal in this particular contest. Utah, first go-round, went to Arizona and was absolutely hammered in that game. And the key to the Wildcats' success was their board domination. 40-19, the Wildcats dominated on the glass. But Utah at home, a different story. They have won 18 consecutive games at home. Oh, by the way, who was that last home loss against? Yep, last February in overtime to these same Arizona Wildcats. But you look at what Utah here has done. Now, this is a Utah team that last Sunday lost outright at Oregon. They come back home, beat the hell out of Arizona State 83-41 on Thursday night. They are 8-0, at home in conference play. And they've all been blowout wins, okay? I'm thinking about some of these margins in these games. They beat California by 15 points. They took care of business against Stanford by 16, 21 over Washington, 22 over Washington State, 25 over Colorado, 32 over UCLA, 24 over USC. And again, they just beat Arizona State by 42. But this is Arizona that's coming to town. Arizona didn't get any smaller in the weeks since they last met in Tucson. But the problem with the Wildcats, their 3 losses this year have come against tough defensive teams that have slowed down the pace of the games. UNLV, Oregon State, and UNLV, Oregon State. Boy, I'll tell you what, some days you just have a memory block and you can't think of who the hell. I'll think of it in a minute. Arizona State, that was it. Arizona State, they beat them in Tempe. So those are their 3 losses in the season. Can Utah rebound here tonight, literally and figuratively? I'll tell you what, guys, I got to go with the Utes in this game. I do believe that if you put these teams down on paper, Arizona's the better team. I think they have the better athletes. I just think they're a better team. But this is a team that has repeatedly shown me this year they struggle outside of Tucson. This is a Utah team that has repeatedly shown me this year they are dynamite at home. Arizona has a 1-game lead in the Pac-12 standings with 3 games to play. So this is pretty much here tonight, for all the marbles for number 1 seed in the Pac-12 tournament. So I'm going to go with Utah here, -2. I think it's a pretty fair price, and I think it's going to be one of those games that's going to come down to the wire, but I like the Utes. So, again, your complimentary plays today, I'm going with Utah at home in revenge against Arizona. I'm going to go with Oklahoma, laying the double digits at home against a road-weary, to say the least, TCU team. I'm going to go with Oakland, plus 8 points against Wisconsin Green Bay in Horizon League play, and I think Baylor hammers West Virginia at home in Waco, -5. That'll do it, guys. Best of luck to you all, and I'll catch you again tomorrow when we do this one more time.